Now we are seeing some of the problems based on axis inclined to the axis inclined to HP. So we can see the next problem, that is a hexagonal pyramid of base side 30 mm and axis 60 mm has an edge of its base is on the ground. Its axis is inclined 30 degrees to the ground, they are giving, and parallel to the VP, draw the projections. So they are giving the type of the solid is here hexagonal pyramid. They are giving base side is they are giving 30 mm and has an edge of its base is on the ground. They are giving on the ground or on the HP. So both are same meaning. So when the base is on the ground or the base is on the HP, and also they are giving axis is inclined 30 degrees to the ground or 30 degrees to the horizontal plane. So when the axis is inclined 30 degrees to the HP, we will draw the projections in two stages. In initial stage, we can assuming axis perpendicular to HP and draw the base of that view as the top view. How we will draw the base? Edge is they are giving. We will draw the hexagon. So we will draw the edge of the base perpendicular to the reference line and construct the top view of our diagram with 30. By making an angle of 60 degrees, we will construct the top view of our diagram. So this is the top view of our diagram. Edge is giving. Suppose corner is giving, we will draw the shape of our hexagon should be different. So this is the pyramid. So we are giving only one type of numbering. So A, B, C, D, E and F. We need not to draw the another because it is only one base. So we are giving only one type of numbering. So after drawing the pyramid, so in pyramid, so we draw the inner edges is also we draw the thick, because so for locating the center we will draw the opposite diagonal joining the opposite corners or opposite diagonal, joining all the diagonals like this. We will get the center O. Through the center we will draw the axis height. The axis height should be here 60. So the axis is here, make it thick because the center is passing through the point B. So we'll get the front view as a triangle face. So here we'll get O dash and here we'll get A dash comma F dash, because this is the direction of the top view. B dash comma E dash. This is the C dash comma D dash points. After drawing the front view and top view and front view of our diagram, next we will go to the axis inclination position. Axis is inclined 30 degrees to the ground, but the edge of the base is on the ground. You can selecting any one of the edge. I am selecting A dash and B dash edge is on the ground, or you can selecting C dash and D dash edge is on the ground. So you can locate the reference. You can locate a point. From that point, we will draw the axis line with an angle of 30 degrees. Draw the axis line. Through this axis line, so we will draw this edge. So first of all, I am measuring this line length. 50. So in this manner, so I am taking 25 and 25 from the corners. Like that I am moving the scale, or by using your mini drafter, you can draw very easily. Just after drawing the axis line, I am moving this one like that. 25. So make it thick, drawn by using your. So this axis side should be here 60. So this is O dash, and here C dash comma D dash, and this is B dash comma E dash, and this is A dash comma F dash. So this is our second front view of our diagram. So this angle should be, they are giving in the problem. So this angle should be 30 degrees. So we'll draw the axis line with an angle of 30 degrees by keeping the edge is on the ground. So like that we can tilt it the front view. After that, from the points on the front view, we'll draw the vertical projection lines through those apex point. Also we'll draw the vertical projection line. Similarly, from the first top, you draw the horizontal projection lines. So locating the corresponding intersecting points, A1 dash vertical line and A horizontal line. Here we will get A1, B1 dash vertical line, B horizontal line, B1. So here we will get C1. Again here we will get D1. So here we will get E1 point. Here we will get F1 point. O dash and O horizontal line, O1 point. Now joining all the points. So whenever you can see the object from the top view direction, C and D is invisible. Here C dash and D dash is invisible, and points A, B and F, E and visible. So A dash and A1, F1 and A1, B1 are visible. And here, but C1 and D1 is invisible, so that we can locating in dotted lines because it is invisible, and from C1 and B1 is also invisible. We can locating in dotted lines. So after that, joining A1 and O1. So in this direction, AF and EB are visible, but C and D are invisible, so that joining A1 and O1 slant edge and F1 and O1 slant edge, because it is visible, so you can draw by using your HB pencil. So B1 and O1 slant edge is also thick, and B1 E1 O1 and E1 edge is also make it thick, but O1 and D1 is invisible, so that we will draw the dotted lines. And similarly, O1 and C1 is invisible, so that we will draw the dotted lines. So like that we will draw the final top view of our diagram. So this is the final top view of our diagram. So after drawing the projections, so we will draw the dimensions of this problem. So they are giving side of the hexagon should be 30, and axis side is, they are clearly giving axis side is 60. This is 60. A hexagonal pyramid of base edge 30 mm and axis 60 mm has a triangle faces on the ground. And axis parallel to the VP. So I am taking the hexagonal pyramid here. So this is the hexagonal pyramid. So this is the hexagonal pyramid here. A hexagonal pyramid of base edge is 30 mm. So they are giving the base edges. So this edge is 30 and these edges are 30 and has a triangle faces on the ground, means on the reference on the horizontal plane. So these are the triangle faces here. These are the triangle face. One of the triangle faces on the ground means, so this one, like that. Total triangle faces on the ground. So like that. Like that. When the triangle faces on the ground, so in this position what they are asking, axis and axis is they are clearly giving that parallel to the VP. Axis is parallel to the VP and draw its projection. So this is also one of the example. So you can tilt it like that. So axis parallel. So not this direction. Whenever you can place this one, so the axis is like that. So the axis is perpendicular to VP. So that when the triangle face is on the ground means, so you can tilt it like that. So this is the diagram. So here when the triangle face is giving in the problem, so we can draw the projection. How we will draw the projections means triangle face is on the ground is giving in the problem. So we can assuming in the initial stage we can assuming axis perpendicular to HP and draw the projections. Draw the projections of our diagram. Or when the pyramid having one of its triangle faces is in the HP and axis parallel to VP giving in our problem, we can assuming here how we can assuming is here, we can assuming base is on the HP. We can assuming base is on the HP and base is on the HP with an edge of the base perpendicular to VP. With an edge of the base perpendicular to VP. Like that we can assume. Suppose not only so in this problem, so when the triangle face is on the ground is giving in the problem, so the assumption is we can follow base is on the HP with an edge of the base perpendicular to VP. Like that we can assuming and draw the projection. We know that when the base is on the HP, the axis is look like perpendicular to the HP, so that we will draw the first top view of our diagram. Not only in this stage, suppose they are giving the triangle faces on the VP is giving in the problem, also we can assuming base is on the VP. We can in that case we can assuming base is on the VP with an edge of the base perpendicular to the HP. So that is the assumption. So the assumption in case of triangle faces on the VP is giving in the problem, so we can assuming like that. So here in this problem just we will draw the reference line. After drawing the reference line, draw the base is on the HP means, so draw the top view of our diagram. Because the axis perpendicular to HP, draw the base of that view perpendicular to the reference line. Okay. So we draw the edge. Same problem already 30. Draw the edge of the base perpendicular to the reference line and construct the top view of our diagram. So this is the top view of our diagram. So when the triangle face is on the HP, on the ground is giving in the problem. So the assumption is very important. We can assuming base is on the HP. So when the base is on the HP, the axis is look like perpendicular to the HP, so that we will draw the top view as the base. So in that case, we will draw the top view is an edge of the base perpendicular to the VP. So after drawing the top view, locating the center point by joining the opposite diagonals. So here pyramid, so that inner edges is we can draw thickly. So locate the center point of that top view of our diagram. So here I'll get A, and this is point B, C, and this is D, E and F points. So after drawing the top view, projecting it from the center. So here center is through point AE, so that the axis line is also make it thick, because the center point O is passing through the axis line. So this is the initial position. So in initial position, when the triangle face is on the HP is giving, so you can assuming base is on the HP and with an edge of the base perpendicular to VP, and draw the first top view and first front view of our diagram. So here we will get A dash comma F dash points, B dash comma E dash, and C dash comma D dash. So here we will get apex point O dash. Now coming to the second position is triangle face is on the ground. So total triangle face is on the ground means, so you can tilt it. Triangle face, what is the triangle face here? One of the triangle face, you can selecting any one of the triangle face and keeping that triangle face is on the ground. Like that we can tilting the value. So how we can selecting any one of the triangle face. I am selecting O dash and C dash, or O dash and D dash triangle face. So for that one, I am measuring the length of one of the triangle face, measuring the length of this one O dash and E dash, O dash and C dash. So I am locating here a point. From that point with that length, I am drawing the arc, and I am locating this one as the C dash comma D dash, and this is apex point O dash. So keeping one of the triangle faces on the ground. And now we can measuring this line length. Measure this line length O dash and E dash. With that line length, just we will draw an arc from C dash and D dash. Similarly, with the length of this length of O dash and A dash, I am drawing another arc and locate here point A1 dash comma F1 dash. Now we can join in these two. Just we can tilt it the first front view with what they are giving triangle faces on the ground means. So just we can tilt it the triangle face one, selecting any one of the triangle face and tilted that triangle face on the reference line. So after that you can measuring the distance from B dash to C dash. You can measuring the distance from B dash to C dash. With that length we will draw the arc and locating points B1 dash comma E1 dash. So this is our second front view. After drawing the second front view, draw the vertical projection lines from the points on the second front view. Here they are not giving the axis inclination, but they are giving the triangle faces on the ground. So when the triangle face is on the ground is giving in the problem, so in the initial stage we can assuming the base is on the HP and we will draw the projections and edge of the base perpendicular to the VP. and in next stage we can tilt it, we can choose any one of the triangle face and tilted that triangle face, keeping tilted that triangle face on the resting on the ground, that means on the reference line. So this is O1, and locating the corresponding intersecting points. So this is, so here we'll get A1 point and F1 point. So here we'll get F1 point. So here we'll get B1 point. So here we'll get E1 point. Again here we'll get D1 point and C1 point. So this is the direction of the top view. So whenever you can see the object from the top view direction, we can see all the views here. So A, B, C, D, all the points are clearly visible, so that you can join in all the points. So the base is, in the base all the points is visible. We'll get the base like that. After that we'll draw the slant edges from all the points on that base. That means you can join in O1 and E1 and O1 and D1. So this is the direction of the front view. So in this direction AF is visible and CD is visible, so that O1 and D1, so we'll get the dotted line because D is not visible. In the direction of the top view direction, D is not visible and also C is also not visible, so we'll get the dotted lines. And O1 F1 is visible and O1 and B1 is also visible. So like that we will draw the final top view of our diagram. So this is the final top view of our diagram. So when a triangle face is on the ground, in initial stage we can assuming the base is on the HP with an edge of the base perpendicular to the VP. Draw the first top view of our diagram and first front view. And coming to the second stage is where triangle face keeping, so select any one of the triangle face and keeping that triangle face is on the reference line, and we will draw the second front view. After drawing the second front view, draw the vertical projection lines from the second front view and draw the horizontal projection lines from the first top view, locating the corresponding intersecting points and draw the final top view of our diagram. So this is 30. So this dimension is they are giving. So this dimension is 60. A cylinder of base diameter 50 mm and axis 70 mm has a generator is in the VP and inclined at an angle of 45 degrees to the HP. So this is an example for a cylinder problem. Suppose I am taking, so this one is the cylinder. This one is a cylinder. They are clearly giving that a cylinder of base diameter. So this base diameter is they are giving 50 mm and they are giving the axis side. This axis side should be 70 mm, which has a generator is in the VP. So they are giving that one of the generator. So generator is in the VP. They are clearly giving that generator is in the VP means like that. In the VP means like that. So one of the generator total these are the generators in the cylinder. Whenever a generator is in the VP means, so where we will get the, so generator is in the VP. So this is the direction. So generator is in the VP. So this is the direction. This is the direction. So in this direction, when a generator is in the VP and axis is inclined 45 degrees to the HP. So you can see the axis inclination. When the axis is inclined 45 degrees to the HP, so we will assuming when the generator, we can assuming axis perpendicular to HP in initial stage and draw the first top view and first front view of our diagram. But how we will draw the top view of our diagram is very, very important. Generator is in the VP, they are mentioned in the problem. So when the generator is keeping, generator is in the VP, so we will draw the We'll draw the top view. How we'll draw the top view? Total generator. Generator is in the VP. Generator, total generator. So these are the generators. So suppose this is the cylinder. So these are the generators. Generator is in the VP means, so this is the direction. Total generator. This is the direction. So in this direction, when it is keeping on the VP, they are giving that keeping on the VP. So we'll draw the top view of our diagram on the reference line in this position. So first of all, we will draw the top view of our diagram before drawing the reference line. I am taking the 25 mm radius and draw the top view of our diagram as a circle. Draw the top view of our diagram as a circle. So after drawing the top view, we will draw the reference line on the top view. So like that. So we will get the top view is on the reference line. That means we will draw the circle by touching the reference line because generator is in the VP condition. So and axis is inclined with respect to HP. So after drawing the top view as a circle, so divided this circle into number of equal parts. So I am dividing this circle into 8 parts by taking each angle should be 45 degrees. I am dividing this circle into 8 parts. After drawing the top view, so we will give the notations. Cylinder. Cylinder is also having two bases. So we are giving two types of numberings. So A, 1 I am giving, B, 2, C, 3, D, 4, E, 5, F, 6, G, 7, H, 8. Like that I am giving. So whenever we will draw the top view on the reference line, we will draw the front view, take some distance above the reference line and we will draw the front view. So draw the front view of axis height should be, here they are giving that 70 mm. So I am taking some distance, and I am draw the front view with axis height 70. So I am drawing the first of all I am drawing the base of that front view and with 70 I am drawing the axis. So this is the front view and top view and front view of our diagram. Next, from all the points, just we will draw the vertical projection lines. Because here generator is in the VP and axis is inclined with respect to HP. So this is some typical problem. So when the generator is in the VP and axis inclination with respect to HP condition, we will draw the top view is on the reference line and take some distance above the reference line and we will draw the front view with an axis of 70 mm. So this distance should be here 70. So A dash, so B dash, H dash, and here C dash, G dash, and here D dash, F dash, and here E dash. So here we'll get 5 dash, 4 dash and 6 dash, and here we'll get 3 dash, 7 dash, and here we'll get 2 dash, 8 dash, and here 1 dash. So like that we will draw the projections. So So after drawing the first, so this is the simple stage, and coming to the next stage. So through the bottom face, just we will draw the horizontal line like that and locate a point, and we will draw the axis line with an angle of 45 degrees. Draw the axis line, not so this point is not on the reference line because the first front view is doesn't touch the reference line, so that we will draw the second front view is also draw it doesn't touch the reference line, like that we can tilt it. So this angle should be 45 degrees. So after drawing, so this angle should be 45 degrees. Axis inclination is. So now you can tilt it this one with an angle of 45. Keeping one of the generator is in the VP. I am selecting any one of the generator. I am placing E dash is on the generator, like that we can tilting. So just we can tilting any one. So measure the length of C dash to G dash. 25. I am tilting in this manner. So this axis height should be, you can take 70. Drawing, so by tilting the axis line by using your mini drafter, this one is drawn very easily. Now you can measure the distance from point to point here. Measure the distance from point to point. I am measuring the distance from A dash to B dash. With the distance I am locating B dash here. Similarly, E dash to D dash with the distance, and here also with the same distance we will draw the arc. With the same distance here also we will draw the arc. Now we can measure the distance from. So here I am locating here as A dash, so here as E dash. So here this one is B dash comma H dash, and here 1 dash, and this one is 2 dash comma 8 dash, and this is 4 dash comma 6 dash, and this point is 5 dash, and at the axis line we will get the 3 dash comma 7 dash, and this one is C dash comma G dash point. Now from the points on the second top, you draw the vertical projection lines. So here joining this line and this line, joining the generators here B dash comma 2 dash, and this generator is also joining. So here D dash comma F dash. Now from all the points on the second front view, draw the vertical projection lines. From the second front view, draw the vertical projection lines. From all the points, just you will draw the vertical projections like that. And now from the first top, you draw the horizontal projection lines. Erase the extension lines from your curve. Locate the corresponding intersecting points. Here will get A point, and here will get B point. Here will get C point. Here D point. Here will get E point, F point. So here will get G point, and here will get H point. Similarly, 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, this is point 2, and this is point 3, 4. Here will get 5.6 and 7 and 8. So whenever you can see the object from the top view direction, this face will be clearly visible, and in this face half of the portion will be visible and remaining half should be invisible. So I am joining first of all. So here I am joining 1, 2, 2 because it is visible. So I am joining all the points by using your freehand sketch. Now here joining AB and H and G and C point, BC point, but here we will get the dotted lines. From point C we will get the dotted lines. After drawing the two bases, joining the generators C to 3 and also G to 7, like that. So when the generator is in the VP, we will draw the projections like that, and axis is inclined with respect to HP is giving in the problem, we will draw the projections like that. So this is the solution for our problem. So they are giving the given data. Here you can mention the given data. So this diameter should be, they are giving 60, 50 mm diameter is 50. You mentioned that diameter, and also you can take the axis height is also they are giving. So this axis height should be 70 mm, which they are giving in the problem. This is 70, and this inclination is also they are giving. This inclination should be 45 degrees. Like that we will draw the projections in case of cylinder when the generator is in the VP condition and axis is inclined with 45 degrees to the HP. We will draw the projections like that. Now another important problem, a pentagonal pyramid of base side 30 mm and axis 60 mm has an edge of the base is on the HP. Its axis is parallel to VP and inclined 45 degrees to the HP. Draw its projections when the apex lies on the HP. So here they are clearly giving that axis parallel to HP and the axis is also inclined 45 degrees to the HP, and the base of that edge is on the HP. So in initial, so here also this is also an example for axis inclined to HP. So when the axis is inclined to HP and the base of that edge is on the HP, in initial stage we can assuming the axis is perpendicular to HP and draw the top view and front view of our diagram. So draw the top view. So they are giving the edge. How we will draw the edge of the diagram? So I am drawing the edge. First of all, edge is I am drawing in 30 mm. With 30 mm I am drawing the edge like that, and from the corners of that edge or from that side we will draw the 72 degrees angle and construct the pentagon. Construct a pentagon with 30 mm by taking each angle should be So this is the top view of our diagram. Either we will draw the top view in this direction, or so you will draw the shape. I am drawing the shape like that, the top view. We will draw the shape like that also. We will draw the shape like that also. So after drawing we will drawing the top view. So we will give the notations on the top view. I am locating this one as A, this is B and C, and D point and E point. After locating this one, so pentagonal pyramid, so we will locate the center. How we will locating the center for a pentagon? Just from the fixed corner, just we will draw a horizontal line. From the fixed corner, we will draw a horizontal line and locate the midpoint, measure the midpoint of that line. So in case of pyramid, we will joining all the edges also. All the edges also we can draw. So this is the top view of our diagram. After drawing the top view of that center, we will draw the axis lines. They are giving the axis side should be here 60 mm. So from the reference line, they are giving the axis side, that should be 60 mm. So this is the top view and front view of our diagram. So after drawing the top view and front view, so here we will get A dash, and here we will get B dash comma E dash, and here we will get C dash comma D dash, and here we will get the apex point O dash, like that. So this is our top view and front view. And next we will go to the axis inclination. How we will tilted the axis? Axis is inclined 45 degrees to the HP. Draw the projections when the apex lies on the HP. How we can tilt the apex? So we will draw the axis line like the apex is lies on the HP. So I am drawing the apex point on the reference line, and from the apex point I am drawing the axis line with an angle of 45 degrees. From the apex point, I am drawing the axis line. So the axis side should be 60. So 60, with 60 I am drawing the axis line. So here this one O dash, and this is B dash comma E dash. Sorry. So this is after tilting this one as the apex point. So after tilting this one, this angle should be here. They are clearly mentioned that this should be 45 degrees. So you can tilt the axis line when the apex is lies on the HP. Like that we can tilt the axis. So we can measure the line length. So from the center, this center to this line, you can measure. And also I am tilting this one. I am drawing an arc, and with the length of O dash and A dash. With the length of O dash and A dash, just I am drawing the another arc. So here I am getting the point A dash point. Now through A dash with the length of front view, through A dash with the length of front view, construct the base of our diagram. So the length of the front view is here 47, and the center to that point is here 24. Like that we'll draw the, so here we'll draw the C dash C1 dash comma D1 dash line, and similarly you can measure the distance from A dash to B dash point, A dash to B dash, and with the same distance we'll draw the arc here and locate point B dash comma E dash points. So now we can join in all the slant edges. Now from the points on the second top straight front view, draw the vertical projection lines. Similarly, from the first top view, draw the horizontal projection lines. Locating the corresponding intersecting points. So C dash, and so here we'll get D1 point. So here we'll get C1 point. So here we'll get B1 point. So here we'll get A1 point. Again here we'll get E1 point. Here we'll get O1 point. Now we can join in. So this is the direction of the top view. So we can see all the points, so that joining all the points we'll get the final top view of our diagram. When the apex lies on the HP with an axis is inclined 45 degrees to the VP, 45 degrees to the HP, we will draw the projections like that. Keeping the apex lies on the HP with, after that you can join in O1 and E1 and O1 and B1. So in the top view direction, in the first top view, the A, E, B are visible and CD are invisible, so that O1 and C1 is invisible in the direction of top view. O1 and D1 is also invisible, and O1 and A1 are visible. So like that we will construct the diagram. So this is about some of the problems based on axis inclined to HP. So a pentagonal pyramid of base side 30 mm and axis 60 mm has an edge of the base is on the HP with an axis is parallel to VP and inclined at an angle of the 45 degrees to the HP. So in this condition, when the edge of the base is on the HP with an axis is inclined to VP is giving, so in initial stage we can assuming axis perpendicular to HP and draw the first top view and first front view of our diagram. So how we will draw the first top view means, so we will draw the edge of that top view as perpendicular to the reference line and draw the top view as a pentagon. After drawing the top view, locating the center point, so through that center point, so we will draw the axis line with the line length of 60 mm from the baseline, from the XY line. So we will construct the front view as a triangle face. Now they are giving the axis is inclined 45 degrees to the HP when the apex is lies on the HP. So we can tilt the axis line with an angle of 45 degrees in the respect of apex. In the respect of apex is lies on the HP. So I am locating the apex point O dash is on the reference line and tilting the axis line from the apex with an angle of 45 degrees After that you can locating all the will draw the base of that top view, that front view. So for that one I am measuring the O dash and A dash line length. From O dash I am drawing the arc. After that measuring the center of that axis line. So from the another end of the axis line to the distance of that A dash. So with that distance I am cutting that arc and locate A dash. From the A dash through the axis line I am drawing the base with the length of the first front view of that base and locating all the points C dash and D dash and also B dash and E dash. After drawing the second front view, draw the vertical projection lines from the second front view. Similarly, draw the horizontal projection lines from the first top view, joining all the points and we will obtain the final top view of our diagram. So this is about axis perpendicular to the HP.